Hi guys, I'm Shreya and this is Decoding Code. In this video, this video will be a little bit different than some of my previous videos. I feel like we've learned about most of the basics of Java and we can start putting it to the test now. And you'll see that the little space where you put your code is blacked out because I don't want you seeing that just yet. And I'll want you to do an exercise and then I'll show you how to do it and we'll run through it and I'll explain how it works. Actually, most of my videos will probably be like this, continuing forward in the future, and that's just good because it's like a real life experience and you can start putting your knowledge to the test. So our exercise here is that I want you to have the user input two numbers, the lowest number and a highest number. And between these two numbers, I want you to get the sum of all of the numbers between the two numbers. And then I want you to get the average of the two numbers. If you're trying to do this right now, make sure to keep in mind that sometimes people can input maybe letters and you don't want that because that would throw an error. Or maybe the highest number is actually lower than the lowest number. And we don't want that. If you could pause the video and try to solve this on your own, and then we will come back and I will explain it to you guys. Alright, now that we've had some time to maybe do the code, if you're stuck, that's okay. If you came back to see what you got wrong, it's okay. And there might be different ways to do this, but this is how I did it. So I imported java.util.scanner because we are going to get input from the user, and then I declared all of my variables here in the beginning because if I declared it during the try-catch block or do while loop, then it could only be accessed within the brackets and I will want to use it afterward. So I'll do it all in the beginning outside of those brackets so that I can use it all throughout my code. And so I have sum, average, error, low num, and high num. Now what I'm going to do is, in a try-catch statement that is also in a do while loop. So we have the try-catch statement, and that's because if someone enters if the highest number is less than the lowest number, then I want to have them do it again. Or if, let's say, they give a letter instead of a integer, then that's not good, and I just want an integer. So that's why I have this try-catch statement. And what I'm asking for here is the highest number, lowest number. And then I have an if statement here. So if high num is less than low num, I'm going to print the highest number should be greater than the lowest number. And then this error, I'll show you guys later. And then in the catch statement, I'm going to say please input an integer, because that's the only error that I can think of right now. So the try-catch statement is within this do-while loop because I want to keep going through this if error is true. Now, before I set this Boolean error to false, and that means that there's no errors. And then if everything goes through without a hitch here, then error stays false. But if highest num is less than the lowest number, then I'll say that error is true and that there is an error. Now the try-catch statement won't catch this, so I'm going to actually put it there myself. And then if there is an error and the try-catch statement catches it, then I will also put error as true. So I'll keep running this if error is true because it'll run through it once, and then if it hits one of these, then it'll say error is true and it'll go back and do it again. So I want it to keep doing that until it runs through all of this without a hitch. So that's that, and in this we're basically getting the highest and lowest numbers. And then what I'm going to do with that is, remember we wanted the sum and the average. So in this for loop, I made an integer number and it's set to the lowest num, and then when number is less than or equal to highest num, and then each time number is added 1. So the sum, so each time that the loop goes through, I want sum to be, well, this basically just means sum is sum plus number. And what that does is, since number is set to low num, and then every time number is added, then each number going through the entire, all of the numbers until the highest num will be added to the sum, and then that'll just add all the numbers together. So then what I do is we go through and we make a difference, because the average or the mean is all of the numbers added divided by how many numbers there are. So what I do is the difference, I do high num minus low num plus 1. And basically why that is because like 10 minus 5, if your number is 5 and 10, 10 minus 5 is 5, but there's actually 6 numbers. So it's always adding 1 to the difference. So that's what I did in the average sum divided by difference, and then we just print it out. If you had a different way of doing it, you can stick that in the comments below, but this is how it works. I will run it once. So the lowest number, if I want to do 5 to 10 again, so the sum is 45, and then the average slash mean of all of the numbers between 5 and 10, not just 5 and 10. So maybe I'll change that. So 5, let's quickly do this again. So the average slash mean of all of the numbers between 5 and 10 is 7. So I actually took out my calculator and did this, and it's actually supposed to be 7.5, which it isn't. So what it's actually doing here is it's defaulting to an integer, because the average is a double, but the sum and the difference are both integers. So it's just kind of defaulting back to an integer. So I just need to cast it as a double. Okay, so that was our problem, and now it is fixed. So yeah, I hope you guys learned a lot from this. If you did follow along, good for you. If you had problems or not, if you got stuck or not, it's not a problem, because it is great that you are learning and putting your knowledge of the basics to the test. I did have fun with this. I hope you guys did too. I upload every week on Mondays, so if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified every Monday when I update, and comment down below if you guys did this a different way or if you did this like I did. I'll see you guys again next week. Bye bye!